Then as the city roars, tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal, feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal, feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. TTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm here, Iceman Jeff Turnipole. We are live from Millions and Millions Café each and every Friday night. We're starting at 7 o'clock tonight. We're trying to figure out the best time for you guys to come down here and join us. But again, we do this each and every Friday night at Millions. They're part of Mount Lookout Square. It's an awesome little bar here. So come join the fun and join the sports conversation. So my question is for my boys here. I'll bring them up here, as neither one of them are listening to me at all. They're just talking to themselves. But question for you, boys: who do the Bengals pull off and make the playoffs? Neil, I'll let you go first. Jared.
I think it's possible, but overall, I think that it's very easy for them to win out. I think it's very easy for them to win out, but it starts versus Denver tomorrow. But on top of it, if they can get the win tomorrow, you go into week 18 with Pittsburgh, arguably, assumably, the rest of their starters, depending on what happens this week.
I think
If Pittsburgh rests their starters, I think you win out. I think you did everything you could control.
Oh yeah,
to get.
That's what worries me.
The last month and a half.
Yeah, but hey, it's a month and a half.
On top of it, you're gonna need it from other people. But regardless, for Kansas City, I think if they already secured the 1 seed,
Yeah, they did.
They secured the 1 seed.
They have one loss, and the Bills have
the
three.
Steelers gave it up to them.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Kansas City is going to rest their starters next week, but I doubt it if it's going to be for the whole game. But on top of it, I would expect them to rest Mahomes and all their starters the second half, to say the least. But on top of it, you get some help. Obviously, you need Miami to lose. You need Indy to lose, which both
and the
could
bad
happen.
thing is Miami's taking on the Browns, and it's gonna be like over 60 degrees here. It's gonna be nice and warm in Cleveland too, which that is good for Miami. Which I was hoping it was be cold and snowy and lake effect snow there, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's the downfall of that one. But on top of it, I think there's still a pretty good possibility. Obviously, like we said, you need the help from everybody else. But if Cincinnati is able to get the help, I think it's easy to get it for them to get in. But if they are able to get in, the question is, does anybody want to face the Bengals in that aspect?
Well, I can answer that no. And by the way, has a good comment. Says, but Casey is going to have to rest the refs. So we'll see what happens there. You know, not
I don't know about that one, stranger. No,
they need to stay in play. They need to get rust going on their on their flag throwing arms. They don't want to miss the flag when somebody gets in the halo of. But Mahomes has protection like he's a punt return.
Yes,
It's a fair catch protection, and you
it's because Jawan Taylor is 5 yards off the line of scrimmage before the ball snapped.
Kicks every time.
No one called.
There's not. It's been like that for 2 years.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
lines up offsides and then he starts for
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't care. Like, if you're gonna allow,
At least they're consistent, I guess.
right? He's got the outside leg so far back, and then does that little kick like right a fraction of a second before.
Right.
Cool, that's fine. Every other tackle in the league needs that. And
Yes.
Mims got flagged twice a couple weeks ago. Like,
Yeah,
you
for
need
doing
to
the same
give
thing.
every other tackle that same benefit of the doubt. They need to get that,
Right.
be able to have that
But
split.
they don't.
Right, exactly.
That's the problem. So I got a question for everybody here in the
Don't I
bar.
get the answer if I think the Bengals are going to make it?
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, they're not.
I thought you did.
I think they're going to win the next 2 weeks. I don't know if the Steelers will know, because Week 18, the Ravens game and the Bengals-Steelers game are both TBD for when it's going to be. So we don't know who's playing when. They'll probably try to time it up at the same time, which would suck ass. But
Yes.
I'd love it. I'd love it if it were the Ravens played a 1 o'clock game and the Bengals and Steelers do the 4:30. So we knew.
For
so
the
we knew
marbles.
going in, but,
Yeah. Well, that would make the most sense for most TV viewerships.
they'll probably put them on at the same time.
Probably.
Just
back
again
and
for
forth.
competitive reasons.
drive
Because
us nuts.
every now and again they try to do competitive shit. But I just Dolphins have 2 cakewalks. Colts have relative cakewalks.
But
Relative.
with no Anthony Richardson.
Right. Well, even with
potentially.
Anthony Richardson, but and then again, the Chiefs are going to play their starters some, because there's no way they're going to sit those guys for 3 weeks, because
No, I don't think
they've
will.
got the bye week.
And-
They last
and
played
despite-
3.5 weeks because they played yesterday
And
or
despite
2 days
what
ago.
we were talking about, you wouldn't think Kansas City cares if the Bengals are in, because if the Bengals are in, then they got to play Buffalo or Baltimore in the first round. And I think Kansas City would rather one of those 2 teams play us instead of Miami or Indianapolis.
I mean, Kansas City's got the bye anyway, so there's
yeah, but
so
they
it
want
wouldn't be
them
till
more out
next
before
week.
they get there,
Well,
or maybe beat them.
it's. I mean,
Just saying.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think they're going to rest starters or anything because of that, but I do think they care.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're more concerned about the Bengals than they are over the Dolphins and
Yeah,
the Colts, because the Bengals have a special unit. I mean, the Broncos have a decent they've got a good defense. Their offense isn't really scary. I don't know what the Dolphins do well.
Nothing.
The Bengals offense is fantastic, no matter
Play
how
people
no matter
who
how good or
are
bad.
nothing but able to get concussed.
Yeah,
Yeah, they throw the ball to Tyreek. Maybe that's about it.
Not even that. He's been washed this
Right,
year.
true.
He's
Yeah.
been
True.
awful this year.
So I mean, it's. I think they would prefer those 2 teams in, but ultimately they're 15-1. Like, they're looking into everyone. I don't think they care. 85 Bears would come in and they'd find a way. Like,
They find a way to win.
the 2007, what at that point,
Ravens?
19-0.
Patriots.
Patriot, or I guess they were 18-0 at that point.
Yeah,
Patriots
18-0.
going to the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. They'd find some voodoo bullshit, and win a game on either
It
dumb
happens.
shit or like they'll turn the ball over or something. Even if it's not questionable plays, it's the other team doing dumb shit.
Or the questionable plays or the ball bounced their way because it always does.
That's exactly it. And you can't. Yeah, the refs, like, it seems like the refs are slanted in their favor.
Oh, they are.
You can't blame, but you can't. What are they going to do? No, I'm not going to take that
Oh,
penalty.
God, no. I'd take it,
So
too.
it's
If that went the Bengals, I'd be like, sorry
Yeah.
about your luck.
I'll say it
the
right
same thing
now.
Chiefs fans are.
because I hate blaming refs. It's easy, and yeah, there are a lot of games that you're like, what's
I don't.
what's
When
happening?
you have Logan Wilson getting flagged on a play that cost us a Super Bowl, yes, I can blame that on.
But you know what I mean?
I can.
Like
I do.
You know what I mean?
No, I do. But there are instances where you can blame them. I mean, hell, I'll blame them for the loss to Baltimore, where we had 3 penalties on the 2-point conversion. They didn't call any of them. The pass interference against Kansas City, which I'm not saying it wasn't a PI, but I've seen it where they don't call that.
See, that's not the one that bothered me. It was the earlier when it was the contact that Deshaun Anthony had on Travis Kelce. There was no contact. That extended the drive before that play.
Right. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one that pisses me off. Like the pass
too many.
interference, they could have let that go, and I've
But
seen
they
that let go, and they let that go the very next week in their favor.
Yeah.
But
That's what drives fans nuts.
Yeah.
That right there.
what Stranger says, I hate needing to blame the refs because, again, Bengals are 7-8 because of they slept the first month of the season. They were terrible against the Patriots.
We were 1-4 at one time.
They pulled that game off. We're in a whole different
Totally
story.
different.
They're
That's the only bad team we've lost to.
They're 8-7, and they haven't beat a good team yet. They're
No.
They're
They haven't.
7-1 against crappy teams, 0-7 against good teams, and they need to beat a pretty good team.
Hot topic alert. If Kansas City goes back to back to back, 3-peats it. Is the NFL scripted? Yes.
No, I mean,
no, I
yes.
don't think it's scripted. It's just they.
Well,
NFL.
well,
I'll put it. It's slanted toward the Chiefs to do it because nobody's done it.
exactly.
I'll put it to you that way. And it would put because look, Tom Brady is gone. They need a quote unquote goat. They need
you need a
a
villain.
guy. They need a villain, and it's Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, I mean that's what it is, and they are totally bowing into that, leaning into that, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
I mean Patrick Mahomes, like oh my god, like he twisted his ankle. Oh my god, Patrick Mahomes, he did everything he could to come back.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's had a bursic that's a bad on his knee for the last 2 weeks, and he's played every game, and nobody said a damn word about that. But Patrick Mahomes tweaks his freaking ankle, and he's the greatest quarterback ever. Like, get the hell
Well, I
out
mean,
of
that happened a couple years ago in the playoffs
Yeah.
when they had to bring in, was it Henne to come in and finish the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chad Henne.
Yeah, and then
One-
he won't
the
leave.
AFC Championship game against us where he's hobbling around.
Right, he's hobbling around, but then it happens when he needs to break the
Yeah,
pocket.
then
He's
yeah.
running around like normal. Come on, let's.
That's, yeah.
It's Kurt Schilling's. It's Kurt Schilling's blood.
Like they said last week, he had like a high ankle sprain, then he runs for a 40-yard touchdown.
Right,
Like, make
right.
that make
I
sense.
mean, he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't even acting like anything. If you have a high ankle sprain, you are hurt. You do not get over it in a week. I don't care what modern medicine does.
I don't know. Chad Ochocinco got over his, but he just soaked his ankle in apparently warm pee.
I just want to know what the hell a high ankle is.
You didn't know that?
Like,
What?
You didn't know that?
I have not heard this one.
Have you heard that story
vaguely.
about when Chad Johnson got hurt anytime he needed?
You do know Chad's full of shit too, right?
Hey, it's been out there. He's been publicly speaking about it.
I just want to know what a high ankle is. Like, is there a high ankle bone? Like,
I don't know. It's up by your shin, from what I understand. Because I mean,
I know
people
Like,
have
it's-
surgeries on it,
I'm
which
I'm being tongue in cheek.
Yeah, I know.
There's no high ankle. There's an ankle.
it's an ankle. Yeah, you don't have two ankles. You only got one. But Patrick Mahomes apparently has a high ankle sprain every freaking year.
Every year when it
Not
comes
every
in,
year. It's every other week. it
It's
feels.
it's every December because it can't be an October game because then there's nothing on the line.
True. Well,
It doesn't add.
It wouldn't
It
make-
doesn't
make-
add to the narrative.
it wouldn't make it good for the NFL script writers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So I got a question for everybody in the bar here. Anybody listening? Prediction.
None's the people.
They might not be listening. We have a lot of people down. We're like,
Hey, bar people, are we listening over there?
Cool. Okay.
that's one way to do it. We're down here live at Millions. You guys come on down here. We're live every Friday night, starting at 7:00. So I got a question. Anybody have predictions for the Bengals Broncos game tomorrow? You guys feeling like they got this? It's going to be scary. We'll give you a live mic. Nobody's watching the show anyway. It's just on the internet. It's okay. You don't even have to go on camera. Just curious. Hey, wait, you need a microphone so people on the internet can actually hear you. Go ahead.
Chase only had 3 yards in 2021 against this Broncos team.
I will bet every penny to my name that Chase has more
More
than 3
three,
yards.
yeah.
Smart Chase is already a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Nah,
He's
Higgins.
gotta-
is playing.
Higgins
He's
is playing.
fine.
Like he's playing.
Who invited that guy to the bar? God.
Higgins is questionable every single week. Let's be honest.
Who dey? But yeah, I mean, I don't think Jamar Chase is going to go over 3 yards.
Listen,
I mean,
But
Pat Surtain's a damn.
he's a damn good
But
quarterback.
also, look at the utilization. Look at the charts when they show like where all of his.
But
routes are
also,
being
this
run.
is like what I mentioned
right,
earlier.
totally different than back then.
They're
earlier-
doing that so he can't just be like swallowed. You know, they can't double or triple.
It
team.
won't just be
he's
Patrick
running
Surtain.
routes from everywhere.
Yeah, unless Patrick Surtain follows him everywhere. Which,
And I think they
he
probably
might,
will. They probably
but-
will travel him.
But on top of it, that's like what we talked about on the show this week. If that matchup is going to be one to watch for, obviously, but if Patrick Surtain does shadow Jamar everywhere it goes, it's going to leave T. Higgins on an island.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then what are you going to do when T. Higgins starts going off? Are you going to?
you can't cover
You
both.
can't cover both.
right, and then you're going to have Patrick Surtain completely singled up on him. And I'm
And-
sorry, you single up him against
Good night.
anybody. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does. I mean, Patrick Surtain.
And even the way that the Bengals,
Yeah, but
quarterback
you-
in the league, and I don't think he's two.
I will just say Joe Burrow does jackpot things like he's done the last 2 weeks, where he's in midair throwing a touchdown pass, or he's making over the shoulder passes or whatever. If Joe's making plays, I don't care who covers Jamar. Deion Sanders could not cover Jamar for that long. If Joe's
but on
moving
top
around.
of it too, what Cincinnati has done with Jamar Chase
Yes.
this year to get him open,
Yeah.
is a lot different than what they did
Completely
in 2020.
different.
That's exactly it.
They
because
moved Jamar Chase around
ton.
in so many different ways.
He's
to
getting
get him
clean
the ball.
releases.
Had a conversation about this last year.
Yeah, he's getting clean releases because he's running. He's doing all of
They're
these
moving
orbit
him in,
routes, or
yep.
he's starting in the backfield. So he's getting a clean release, and he's hitting the line of scrimmage at full speed. So you can't get your hands on him. So that's what a lot of these lockdown corners, they get their hands on them early, redirect them, and throw them off their, get them out of their route. And when you can't get your hands on them, then you're already behind the 8 ball. And yeah, Surtain can cover anybody in a phone booth, but if you get someone to like a 10-yard running start, good luck.
Night. Good luck there.
No, I'm the same way. I think everyone's going to be looking at this matchup like we talk about Jamar Chase versus Patrick Surtain.
Mike Gesicki's going to have a big say.
He needs to.
Yeah. He does need to. He hasn't had one in a while. But on top of it, we always talk about what this matchup could be. Jamar Chase is what he's doing this season. Triple crown potential. Guys, tomorrow Jamar Chase will get a touchdown, 5+ catches, 100 yards.
Tomorrow, if Joe Burrow throws a touchdown pass, it's 40. And that ties the single season record for his own record.
Yeah.
And on top of it,
I'm gonna say Chase catches 7 for 92 and a touchdown. I don't think he's gonna have a huge game. I don't think he's gonna need to.
But isn't Jamar 1 or 2 touchdowns away from Carl Pickens' record?
Yep.
I think it's 1.
and on top of it, look at what Joe Burrow has done the last 7 games. He's the first quarterback in NFL history.
250 plus 3
250
touchdowns per.
plus 3 touchdowns.
And nobody's talking about that.
And
A lot of
nobody
people are talking about that.
Not as
Maybe
much as they
not-
should
not as
be.
much
I'll
as
put
they
it
should.
that way.
specific thing because you can skew these stats and say
look,
nobody's thrown for 215 and a
But
third
the
yard.
fact was he had the performance he had last week versus Cleveland.
Yeah.
For people to finally start putting him into
Yeah.
MVP category,
He-
he should have been there 7-8 weeks ago.
I am getting upset at the lack of ball security, like the fumbles.
Yeah,
He's
that's
got
a
to
concern.
fix that.
Again, like he takes on the extra hits because he's going to hold on to it.
But you hang on to
Like
it.
and like fine, but once you get hit, secure that shit. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I
they
do agree.
haven't
That-
like
that
the
is
last
one
3
thing-
games haven't been very. They've been ugly ass games. The Cowboys game, he almost blew it. Because
Yeah.
I mean, so just
We don't have
clean
that.
that shit.
We don't have that punt that they touched,
right, exactly.
blocked and touched. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. If that punt doesn't happen,
Games
it's
over. I mean,
over.
yeah, they lose.
We don't. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not even here discussing.
We're 6-9 right now.
Yeah, we're not discussing playoffs at all.
We're
We don't.
talking mock drafts. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking UC and why the Reds haven't done shit.
Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. Thank
Yeah.
you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Mike McCarthy. You're going to be without a job next year.
He is, dude. Jerry Jones was talking about extending him
Yeah, like,
earlier
I
this
don't
year.
know.
Jerry Jones has senility right now. He's got dementia. He's senility.
Jerry Jones.
He's
Like,
not
everybody
there.
makes fun of Mike Brown. Jerry Jones is Mike Brown right now. He spends money.
He's
But
Mike Brown
he-
with stakes in an oil company.
But he has a lot more money and wants to keep all of it.
The best thing is they give Jerry Jones the mic after every loss.
Well, I don't think they give it to him. I think he takes it.
No, they catch him in like a hallway or something. Be like, Jerry, you
Yeah,
wanna
they can
talk?
tell him no. They
That
know.
is-
They know he's.
He makes himself available.
Yeah, he makes himself
Mike Brown
available.
does
Mike
not
Brown,
want to be
no.
in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
We don't want him to be in
Yeah,
front of the
no.
camera either.
That is a crazy statement. Technical difficulties here, saved by the producer.
Thank you, producer. Knocked over our mic
Who's trying to
stand.
throw shit on the ground here?
That was definitely Jeff.
That was definitely me. I kicked it with my foot.
I am the furthest away. I will say that.
I had the long. Yes, it was me. All right, so
Pause,
I got a question here
I have an answer
for you guys.
but
Well, I'm
ask the
sure you
question
do.
first.
And I think I already think I know your answer. I think your answer will be the same as mine. But worst case, Bengals lose tomorrow, which I hope to God they don't. I think they're going to win next week with everything on the records on the line for Joe and Jamar. Does Joe play?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You think
Why-
so?
Why wouldn't you?
Really? I did not think you'd say
You're
that.
not resting a guy up.
You're not going to rest him, especially with what he's done this season.
I thought for
you
sure
let
you'd
him
say rest him.
you let him make the call, and the team's going to want to win. Like the team isn't going to want to.
No, I mean Joe's going to
Drawn
want
out.
to play. Jamar,
Especially-
they're all want to
especially-
play. Yeah.
You're playing a division rival, a hated division rival. This isn't the Browns where it's a cakewalk. This is the Steelers. Steelers keep punking you. No, they're going to want to win that game by 50.
Oh, they're going to want to kick their ass.
Yeah. So yeah, he's playing, and maybe if the game gets ugly, they'll pull him at halftime or
Well, I
something.
mean,
But or
for
or,
the
it-
record.
or if he gets banged up a little bit, he's not going to come back like limited. But
But for the record, I do think the Bengals are winning tomorrow.
well,
I mean,
yeah.
how confident are you guys about tomorrow's game?
I am worried about Bo Nix, but it's going to be.
See, I'm not.
But the way this
He's played
defense
like
is.
ass the last couple weeks. And
Yeah,
he's
but
a
the way
rookie.
this defense has played lately, I'm not as worried as what I
See,
was maybe
I'd
5,
look at it,
6
but
weeks ago.
who have they played? The Cooper Rush.
That's right.
True,
Shit,
true.
Who was 2 weeks
DTR,
ago?
Cooper Rush, and then
Cowboys,
BTS, yeah,
Uh,
and who was
Browns.
Who was in between? Who was between the Browns?
Cooper Rush, DTR, and
Dallas Browns, and now
DTK, BTK,
and then it's
OPP.
yeah, you know me.
it was Bum and Bum.
Yeah,
Who was the second? God, who
it
was
was
the second game
Cowboys,
before
Cowboys,
There were-
Browns,
that? Titans.
and
Will
Titans.
Levis.
Yeah, duh.
Mayonnaise, Mahomes,
Yeah.
and Mason Rudolph.
That's so.
Wait, what's
that-
even better about the Will Levis blunder is he did that in front of his ex-girlfriend who was at draft night with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, who's a very good-looking model.
Neil
then gets
wants the
benched,
digits.
and then gets a bench.
So that's my point. That's my thing. Like, I don't want it to be fool's gold. I mean, this is where I go. I do believe their confidence is building. That they're making plays. No matter who you're making plays against, you're making the plays. You that gives you confidence.
Yeah.
You don't go. Oh, I just made it against that. No. I got that pick six from whoever.
yeah.
I do think it helps.
Those are games to get right.
But Denver's a better team than any of these teams we played.
Their offense is like
it's
they've
literally
been performing right. Bo Nix he's had a good season for a rookie,
Yeah.
it's
and they
Bo
run the ball
Nix
pretty
and-
well. But
and
like, they don't have a
Cortland Sutton
standout
show.
guy.
That's really all it is. Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. That's
Right.
it.
I mean, like I said, that's why I think they can win. I do. And
I mean,
like
they're
said,
favored. I mean,
I've said
it's
this
3
million
point
times. No
favorite, but
defense
3.5
in
now.
the NFL scares me. None. I think the Bengals can score on anybody. I do. I think they can score. And
'Cause, I mean, you look down at it. The Bengals put up 40 on Baltimore, not once but twice. Washington, they put up 35 on. Philadelphia, they put up what, 28 plus,
17.
17. Okay, still. And then you have Pittsburgh, where they have versus Pittsburgh the first time, 24 plus.
38.
38.
Like
exactly.
the only three
they
games
scored 30 last time.
There've only been 3 games where they scored in the teens or less. It was Patriots 16-10, Giants, which was just a snooze fest, awful
And they won
boring
that
game,
one.
17-7, and then the Eagles game, which just
Well,
the first two of those.
They
were
didn't score
snooze fests.
30 points last week.
No, I said 20.
Oh, okay,
20
okay.
plus
All right.
because they threw 21-14 over the Browns the first time.
I mean, everything's in their favor to win this, and I do think the Bengals are going to come out there and obviously put their best foot forward. They know that right now, tomorrow, their fate is in their own hands.
Yeah.
If they lose, it's over.
Yeah.
If they win, they still got another shot, and it depends on what happens with Miami, what happens with Indy, what happens with Denver next week against the Chiefs. I mean, it's after that they still have to beat the Steelers.
I mean, you win tomorrow, and your week goes to week 8. Your season goes to the last week of the season.
How much does the pressure build on Denver? Because all they had 3 weeks. All they had to do is win. If they lose tomorrow, Denver had to win one game. It's just like the Bearcats. They had to win one game in 5 to be bowl eligible. They lost all of them.
Let's look at coaches, though. That's what it comes down to for the team, for the psyche of the team. You have Sean Payton, who I don't know if he's a Hall of Fame coach, but he's a damn good coach. He won a
Very
Super
good
Bowl.
coach. Very good coach.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
And he's he's brought in a rookie quarterback, and I thought Bo Nix was overdrafted. I didn't think that he was a first round talent. Can the fact he was 175 years
They
old.
needed a quarterback.
Been at
That's why
10
they
different
drafted him.
colleges. So I didn't think they were going to be that good this year, and they've been solid. I mean, yeah, they weren't. Obviously, they've come back down to earth a little bit, but with the coach that they have, if they had Zach Taylor, I'd feel a lot more. If they had Zach Taylor instead of Sean Payton, I'd feel more comfortable that they'd lose to the lose in Week 18.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this is one of the games where Zach actually gets credit for out coaching a coach.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be a very tough game. They have a very good defense. I'm not scared, and it just to me it's gonna come down to can the Bengals defense make enough stops. I think the Bengals are gonna put 30 points on them, at least 27.
and it's important. I'm fingers crossed that Orlando Brown can make it to the game.
Well, he's not even on the injured list.
No,
Well, but that he can make it through the game.
Yeah, hopefully he's better than he was against
Because
the Steelers.
he was injured, he came back and
He
then got
tried.
dinged up and tried to go through and was
But he practiced in
Is that
full all week.
Yeah,
So that's a
and
huge step.
did you notice that Cody Ford is starting
Starting at guard?
yeah.
for Volson.
He's the starting left guard. He
Yes.
only moved out, only
Because
moved
they
out
needed
because
to put
Orlando
tackle.
was out.
Yeah,
I want-
Devin Cochran was.
It's also
God bless Devin Cochran for trying. He's a turnstile.
he was
bad.
he was bad, but I mean, did you really expect? I mean, he did better the first week.
Yeah, he did the best he could. Like he was out there busting his ass, but I mean, he's a practice squad player
He tried.
forced into because you had injuries. To
This
three
is where I
tackles.
wish they would have had more depth on the offensive line.
And that's the problem. Like they had better depth. You lost. I mean, you're starting two
They lost,
tackles.
yeah.
You're starting two tackles were both out.
Yeah,
I mean, Mims technically is
your backup.
technically speaking is in because of injury, even though I
Right.
think
And he's got-
I think
Nah,
he's starting
Mims
by
was
now
going to be
anyway.
the guy.
And he's got
Oh,
a,
I know.
By
I think he
now,
would have been
yeah.
starting by now
well,
anyway.
and Mims has got a fractured hand and an ankle too. So
Yeah, I mean, fractured hand. I don't know how much. I mean,
I don't know how fractured.
what they did.
I've never done anything. If I fracture my hand, it'd be in a cast.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know.
I don't know how that's going to affect.
Well,
Is it his left hand or his right hand? If
That
it's
I
his-
don't
I
know.
thought it was his left.
That I'm not
that's
sure.
probably better because he's a
Right.
that's his
Right tackle.
inside.
Yeah.
hand with
Hopefully,
his right
I
tackle.
don't know which hand.
Let's face it, the guy's like 6'70" and 483 tons.
But I mean, there's not
he's a big dude. I don't.
And
you
there's
know,
not
I
a big
think he's still gonna be able to-
defensive end. Maybe I'm wrong. That on the Broncos that I'm scared of. I don't think. I think their defense is
they're
good.
actually like one of the better like in terms of
Are they
their pass rush. Yeah, they're really,
like as a team, but they don't have like one guy. You don't have like a TJ Watt out there or a Trey Henderson.
I will check the numbers
Because I've honestly never.
They're a good defensive team. We'll put it that way.
Well, I know they're a good defensive team. I do know
in,
that.
in terms of like better
Yeah.
than some more than
Right.
It's,
So I got a question here for you. This is something I wrote down here, and we roasted this guy all year long. And I know it's only 3 weeks, but Geno Stone, he is. If he gets an interception tomorrow,
It would be 4 straight.
it'll be 4 straight, and that'll tie his own personal record. Has he played himself?
Into another deal?
Has the safety room? I'll put it this way: has the safety room in general played themselves back into being considered coming back next year? I still think they're going to draft a safety or bring somebody in, but with Jordan, because I think it changed once they got Von Bell out of there.
Yep.
Jordan Battle came in, and it seemed like Stone started playing like the center fielder that we thought he was going to be.
Yeah, no, most certainly. I think that's the biggest thing was you and I, Jeff. We've talked about all season long. They just need Jordan out on the field.
Yeah.
Von
Right.
Bell, he's a good locker room guy, but obviously
Yes.
the prime was passed up. He's now to the ends of career, but they knew what they were getting Jordan Bell. That's why they drafted him in the 3rd round. On
By the
top-
way, Google does is left hand stranger. Good.
but on top of it, Jordan Battle, you've seen what he's been able to do when he's gotten more playing time.
As long as he doesn't fumble the ball going into the end zone.
Yeah, that was a blunder. But on top of it, he's made plays and has consistently shown sad
Yes.
for Cincinnati this year. But on top of it, you look at that secondary too, with all the injuries that they've had. And now does
Big
Geno,
Newton is what is up.
Josh Newton, and right now when I filled out my 2023 preseason Big 12 player preseason polls,
Yeah.
first team, I had Josh Newton on my first team ballot. So I identified that about 2 years ago.
And-
Glad he's a Bengal.
I will go back to this. They knocked this draft out the park.
They did.
mean, they did.
They did.
I mean, this has been one of the best drafts in Bengals history. Out of everybody they drafted, who has not contributed? I'm trying to think of somebody because Newton's a 6th rounder, I think.
it's been up and down. And listen, it's promising. Like I'm not going to say it's their best draft. 2000.
I
think
don't know if it is or not. I'm just-
2001 says hello with Justin Smith, who was an all. This was San Francisco. He was an All-Pro end
For the Sucky
and
Niners.
tackle
Yeah, for the
in the
Sucky Niners.
same season.
Yeah, for the Sucky Niners.
Like that's fucking crazy.
but not us.
As
As far as players who
but
played for the Bengals, that were good.
Chad Johnson, Rudy Johnson, TJ
TJ
Houshmandzadeh in one draft.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go for that.
Which is,
Now,
I didn't say it was the best. I said
for,
one.
for,
of them. One of
for a Duke Tobin draft this in year one.
them. In year one,
This has
they've
been- because-
been
Yeah,
very
this
good.
has been solid. Now, I'm hoping that I don't want Lou around next year, but if he is around next year, he and Zach are realizing play the fucking kids. Play the old
Well,
guys. Which Von Bell at the beginning
Von
of the
Bell
season
was
when
a
he
good locker room
when he
guy,
got
and
he got cut by the worst team in the NFL.
That's why I think changed his defense. I do.
To a point. And Geno Stone, like since the bye week, I don't know if he spent a lot of time in personal reflection. Went in some yurt with some ayahuasca with
ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers.
with
That's what he's
Aaron
doing.
Rodgers, or he spent a shitload of time
on the ping pong tables.
right, or just a shitload of time in front of the in like watching film. He's been a different player since like that. That's the demarcation point right there, and it's I they're figuring out the
What he's
way
good
to
at.
utilize him.
Yes.
But that's the concern is it took you 10 weeks and the defense was terrible.
Well,
Like
all right.
what's taking?
So I remember Lou's first year or two. Safety sucked. They were terrible. Our secondary was awful.
The second, it was. They
in
had
general.
they
Bates was terrible.
Had Jesse
Bell
Bates.
was terrible. They were awful. I mean, it took a little while for the secondary to figure out, I guess, maybe lose scheme or what. And because he does ask a lot out of the safeties. So, like I said, I'm not making excuses. I'm just spitting stuff out there. Maybe that's what it finally started to click for him. And with Battle there, he's in the right spots, or he could get the spots and angles and tackles that Bell couldn't.
And I think it was Mike Hilton that said it. Things are simplified, so the guys are just reacting.
Yes.
And you if you have to simplify something, that says a lot about your coaching up to that point. That you made things too complex. That you have them doing too much. You don't have Chidobe Awuzie, who was incredibly smart.
Yeah.
Incredibly cool. Had seen
Would you
everything.
bring him back next year?
What's that?
Would you bring Cheeto back next year?
No, I would.
Some people ask
He's
that.
a
I'm like,
year old. I mean,
and he got hurt again.
in everybody and
I love Cheeto though.
whatever sport, everyone wants to bring guys back.
They're favorites.
Watching like a lot in the Reds offseason, everyone wants to bring back Jesse Winker, needs to bring back Nick Castellanos. Like,
Guys,
I would love to bring Nick Castellanos back.
I wouldn't. He's not that good of a
Jesse
player.
Winker, not so much. Nick Castellanos, yes.
Nick Castellanos can hit. He's god awful in the field, and he's
He
not
could be
as
my
good as
DH any day.
He's great if somebody dies or does something says something.
Like I
on
said,
a
he could be
hotline.
my DH any day. I'll take that dude.
I'll be your wingman any day, Goose.
Exactly.
We've already tried to bring somebody back theory to Cincinnati. I mean, we brought Von Bell back.
Bengals did a lot of times. I mean,
They've done it so
Michael
many
Johnson, Anthony Collins, when they both left to Tampa Bay about a decade ago.
There's a reason
Bengals love bringing guys
Michael
back.
Johnson only here like 1 year, I think, maybe 2.
And when he came back,
Yeah.
I think he was here 2 years and then went back. Yeah.
He was
But
not-
he
was not
was.
safe.
He had a good long run.
Yeah,
I love Michael Johnson.
yeah.
I think that guy is going to be a politician or something because that guy was a very smart man. Was a very did a lot of great in his hometown from Selma, Alabama. So I missed the hell out of that.
Paul Danner Jr. I remember he quotes him all the time. I don't remember what they asked. They asked him something. He goes, "I'm from what?
Selma, Alabama.
Selma, Alabama. Whatever. I keep my money or whatever."
It was whether he'd take the if he was franchise tagged, whether he signed the tender.
That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was fine with being franchise tagged.
Yeah,
because he got the money, which is a smart man.
And Stranger, it took Bates a couple years to get to the system, and we need to bring in more pieces, and if his system's too complicated, it's
got to go.
What's the thing though? Is like
he's got to go.
So
there are plenty of good defensive minds out there.
The way they're playing right now, if they continue this, put it this way, if they make the playoffs, nobody's getting fired.
They will. I think the decision has been made one way or the other. If he's brought back, they made that decision already. If he's gone,
so
they
I'll
made
put
that
it to this
decision
way.
already.
For me, for the draft, and I've said this for the last couple of weeks, it's trenches. You're going at least one guard. I'm not saying first, but one guard in the offensive line, and then you're going interior defensive line, and you're going edge. You've got to get the biggest thing for next year. You've got to get pressure on that quarterback consistently.
You do, but again, I want to see that addressed in free agency because that's where you're going to get taken. You're overpaying for that. They've got a shitload of money to spend.
Yeah, don't they have like the 5th most cap space?
They can have over.
It depends on how much they also how much they sign Jamar, or if they sign T or Trey,
you can also,
or BJ Hill.
Jamar's money isn't going to affect anything because he's got the 5th year option, so that money isn't going to affect
but Trey's
next
will.
year's. Yeah,
BJ's will.
Trey, does Trey have another year?
He should have.
Yeah. So again, I don't. That money wouldn't necessarily unless they wanted it.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, you're right. He does. Yeah.
So I mean, that money would only be on next year's cap if to manipulate that.
contract
BJ is
should be
done after this, right?
Should be done.
They got it. Okay, so they
need to bring him back. But yeah, like they with the guys that they should move on from, Sam Hubbard, Alex Kappa.
I think it's done. I do.
I
love you, Sam,
Jermaine Pratt. I don't know if they will Jermaine Pratt. They need to, or at least renegotiate. They shouldn't have brought him back. I like Jermaine Pratt, but Jermaine Pratt is not an every down linebacker. He's a thumper that you needed in 1987, not 2024.
Well, I put it this way. I could see them restructuring him.
I
don't. They don't because
my concern is because they don't do that.
I'll put it this way. You can't keep losing leaders in your locker room.
Is he a leader though?
Yes. Oh God. Yeah.
Is he a leader? Yes. I didn't miss any tackles because I led the league. Never mind. He's leading the team in missed tackles.
And he's also leading the league in tackles.
But that's.
But I mean, I think he's a leader in the locker room. You can't keep losing guys like this. You have to try to keep some of these guys. So I agree with what you're saying. That I do think they need and not necessarily move on, but needing to restructure his contract.
Is that all, stranger? You just want the two best defensive linemen, or at least for pressuring the quarterback in
That'd be
Bengals
great.
history?
Get
Low-
Geno
low-
Atkins
yeah.
of 2012. Sure, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Or done that.
I like that he went after guys when I can't remember what game. It was a San Diego game when the defense played like ass, and like you saw him going after guys, but they have leaders. They've Logan Wilson, like they have. I honestly like BJ Hill is a leader. He's coming back. I don't know how much of a leader Trey Hendrickson is in terms of a vocal leader.
I'm just saying you can't keep losing guys
But you're
that
but
have been there for that long and on this run.
you can though. Like you cycle guys in and out. You keep guys that are going to be there. For
Well, that was one of our complaints.
Is Jermaine
about-
Pratt going to be a player in 25 or
I get what you're
26?
saying. I get what you're saying, but that was one of our complaints of the guys we let go. It wasn't only play on the field, but the locker room presence that we lost.
But I didn't
DJ Reader, Jesse Bates.
see. I don't believe in the off the field stuff as much as other guys do. I think guys like people pick up that mantle. Like
I'm not saying they can't.
Right.
I'm honestly not really totally disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I don't think you could lose everyone, and they could cut Pratt. I know you were huge on cutting Pratt as one of your main guys.
It's not so much cutting him so much as
you want to get rid of him and Sam, like bar none.
His
They were the
money,
two
like
biggest-
his cap hit for the
Yeah.
impact that he makes is so outside.
And I mean, the other one, the one I would get rid of, who keeps getting sick, which I want to.
Rankin.
Rankins.
Totally forgot about him because I
Yeah, you're cutting Rankin.
I don't think that's.
I mean,
a
I
question.
think right now it's a guarantee. Like he's not coming back because
He hasn't
he's missed-
played in what 4 weeks because of an
It's
illness.
been a
long
month
time.
and a half.
I don't know
Does
why
he
he
have a
hasn't been IR.
viral.
But on top of it, say he does have a viral.
I mean, he might. He's got to have something because you can't hide this.
whatever
You can't make stuff up.
whatever is going on, obviously it's like a HIPAA violation. That's why they're not saying it. But on top of it,
Well, it can't be, or they're going to get in trouble.
that's the violation I was hinting at. But on
Yeah.
top of it, there's got to be something in the clause of the contract, the legislature of that deal, to say, hey, if this happened, if he who knows? It could be something we might not see him on the field ever
I
again.
mean, it could be legit. I have no idea. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
nobody
it keeps
knows,
saying
but
illness.
if
there's
that is
a-
the case, it could be something interesting where the Bengals
And
could be
Chris
like,
Jenkins
hey,
played with the flu last week.
So there's a $14 million cap hit for him next year, or if they cut him, is a $2 million dead cap. No, he's gone.
Cutting.
There's
Yeah, he's got
like even if he had a decent year,
they're cutting him.
which he's been invisible even when he was on the field. No, he's absolutely gone.
So put it this way: we're cutting him. We're cutting Sam. I'm not against cutting Pratt, but they could restructure him
The
either
money
way.
needs to be
Lower.
Like, if he's
Yeah.
on the roster,
Those are three main guys. All right, put it this way: because I was
and Kappa,
and who?
because Kappa's
yeah,
got
Kappa's free
Kappa's
agent.
got to go.
He's done it this year.
He's got one more year.
No, I'm pretty sure he always signed a 3-year deal. I could be wrong, but I thought it was because that's why Ted signed an extension. Him and Ted signed 3-year deals.
No, he's got one more year.
He does?
Yep.
He signed a 4?
He's got a cap hit of $10 and a
I
quarter million
swore
dollars
I
next
thought
year.
they signed 3. All right. Well, anyway, I cut him for sure.
Why would you question me? You know
I-
better than that. No,
I always
Um,
question you. Because one of these days I'm going to be right, so you don't have to go look
One-
shit up.
one of these days.
One of these days.
Actually, there's no it doesn't matter when they cut him, whether it's pre or post June 1st.
There's no-
It's
No, roster.
$8 million savings, two and a quarter draft or two and a quarter
You're cutting them.
dead cap one way or the other.
You're saving the 2 1/4.
Oh, you're saving
eight. Saving
yeah,
8.
You're saving
Sorry.
8.
Saving 8.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter when
So
you cut.
I mean, those are 3 guys that I would cut, and I take, and I was saying,
that's 35 some odd million
right,
dollars.
but I mean, I'm taking Stone off of that because Stone was one I was going to cut. I'm taking him off of there.
I'd make a call and see because his contract isn't that big anyway, so it's
Yeah.
not that huge of a
Right,
deal.
that's what
but
I'm saying.
I'd make a call and say, listen, we'll extend you, but we'll move the money to make a little less. I think if they run him out as like a third safety and run more, again, it depends
miss
on what the
3
coaching staff. Because
I
I think
think-
there's going to be changes to the coaching staff regardless.
If they keep Lou, I know Lou likes that 3 safety set, but we haven't had that since Trey Powers there.
I think again, I'm saying this now, and I'm just throwing it out there. 2025, Bengals defensive coordinator or Covington, defensive coordinator at Colorado, was the Bengals secondary coach. Just throwing it out there.
That would be crazy. That would be
Calling
crazy.
my shot.
Because if you look at what everyone's saying about that in Colorado, he's one of the main reasons people are going out to Colorado alongside Dion. So he's getting the credit. He's done a great job at Colorado, but
and he was a rising star. I mean, the Bengals kept him around. I think they blocked him from getting interviews while he was there.
Yes. The next 2 weeks will determine that. It's just the Bengals, and I've seen it too many times.
Maybe
The defense starts playing good, and they make plays Saturday. They make plays Sunday, regardless if the Bengals win or lose. They're playing better. I can see them keeping them.
maybe, but again, we don't know what those conversations are beforehand.
True. All right. So, question for the bar in here. You guys,
Hey, people at the bar, we have questions for you.
if you guys,
I see someone with the Tigers hat, someone with the Bearcats hat. I know you can hear me.
So questions for the bar.
so questions for the bar here. Do you think?
Are you Bengals fans first off to add to this conversation?
All
Okay,
right.
just check.
All right. Do you think Lou Anarumo is gone no matter what after this season? Bengals defense coordinator.
I see. I see. A
what-
yes.
what- first of all-
I see some yeses back in the back.
First of all, what's your name?
I don't think so.
First of all, what's your name?
My name's Ross.
Ross, how you doing? Go ahead. What do you think?
I don't think he'll be gone. I think
Do
Mike
you
Brown
think
likes him.
regardless he's around, or just depending on how the season goes?
I think if the defense continues to play like they have the last few games, he's going
That's
to
what I
stay
think.
around. Yeah.
That's what.
And like you guys were just talking, like they're figuring out play the young guys. Like
That's what he's.
They
gotta-
don't
that's what
turn
he's
over
gotta
the coaching
get away
staff.
from. He's got to play the young guys.
yeah, right.
Because he started playing them and started playing better.
Right. I think he's in. Zach's sticking around. Like
Zach's coming back. Yeah, I don't. Good,
there's
bad, or
no-
otherwise.
They're scoring 30 points a
Yeah.
fucking game. Yeah, he's sticking
Well,
around.
but the problem is, the offense, the offense that they've designed, like the Dan Pitcher, like in the passing game, like this passing game is fantastic. Also, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like the offense that they have this, like the running game has come around. And this is with terrible interior line block.
Oh, the running game
and
is
the
definitely coming around.
guard's terrible. Interior
Chase Brown has made a huge difference.
line. Chase Brown has been
All right,
amazing.
guy in the Tigers hat. I know you had a Tiger hat. It is a Tigers hat. Yeah, got a Tigers hat. You got an opinion about this, or are you getting a drink here? We got important business happening here. We're trying to get deals done here.
sorry.
No, what do you?
What's up, guys?
Do you think Lou's gone no matter what? First of all, what's your name?
My name's Tyler.
How you doing, Tyler? So, do you think Lou's gone no matter what? Is that what you're trying to shake your head at?
Do you want him gone, or do you think he's gone?
I think he's gonna stay because that's how the Brown family operates.
Right.
And Marvin Lewis stayed for this long. It takes. You got to do
Well, they've
something
gotten rid
pretty
of
bad
coordinators
to
before.
get.
They'll
Yeah,
get rid of
coordinators have come and gone.
Coordinators they get rid of before they get rid of.
And we've all proven that he's a good defensive coordinator. It's just the magic isn't there this year. So
I look at it as, and again, like it's more of like my perspective on things. Anyway, Bengals were a good defense when they had good players, and he struggled scheming up guys.
By the way, the Lions were a good defense when they had good players too.
Right,
Just saying.
Right, and I understand that there's a lot to be said for
You
that.
need good players to be able to play football.
well,
To a point.
we had
But was he
our
that
Super
good
Bowl
because they had
run,
good players?
we had a couple like no names. Now they came up and we all played together as a defense. That's why we went.
They
so
made
far in
plays.
the
We had a horrible offensive line. We had a very
Like,
opportunistic defensive
they
line.
played
Yeah.
well together. and
Defense carried the
that's
offense to
what
the
takes us
playoffs.
pretty far in the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. You can grab the mic too. You're right there. Staring ahead. You can talk. You want to talk? We're asking, do you think Lou Anarumo is getting fired no matter what?
Or is it depending on the next two games, or
I think he sticks around. I don't think
What's your name first, by the way? Sorry.
Kevin.
Kevin, how you doing?
Yep. My name's Kevin. I mean, in other organizations, he'd be gone. But
the thing
this is not other. This is the Bengals, and they're scared of making.
Well, they do get
changes.
rid of coordinators faster than they get rid of head coaches.
I look at this is year 6 of the defensive coordinator, and again, same thing. Like, and Jeff and I had an argument last year at the end of
We
the season.
never had arguments. What are you
about
talking about?
Brian Callahan about whether he was going to get a new job and what they were going to do.
I was right, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm the one who said I'm the one that said they'd be better, like getting a new
I
voice.
said
Dan
he'd
Pitcher
get
should
a
be
head
that new
coaching
voice.
job. That was my
Yeah.
argument.
Dan Pitcher's been nice. I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Dan Pitcher, I think, is your head coach in waiting for the record.
Yeah.
Just saying.
For sure.
But like in terms, I honestly think that they see what's going on. Duke, like they're hesitant to move. Coordinators don't make that much money to swallow a contract. I don't know what Lou's contract is. I think he's gone just because I think they need to try, and I think they need to try something different, try a different scheme, and maybe it's clearing house with some of the position coaches.
I will say this:
Marion Hobby needs to go. He's struggled.
The first half of the season when it seemed like we couldn't stop anybody, I felt like he was just sitting back, dialing up some pressure last couple games, and they've been doing better. But still,
it's way better than it was. Now, I keep saying this: the last 3 weeks we played shitty teams.
Yeah, I know. We have yet to beat.
I'm like, is this
we have
full
yet to
goal?
beat
1-7
a starting
versus bad teams, or 7-1 versus bad teams, 7-0 versus over 500 teams.
We have yet to beat like a starting a quarterback that is a starting quarterback still, today. I think we beat Deshaun Watson, but he's obviously not starting.
No, he's
anymore.
awful.
Who started for did Aiden O'Connell start for the Raiders? I know Ritter got it.
It was
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew, okay,
And then
they all
Ritter
suck. As
got
much
in
as
at the
it
end.
pains me as a Bearcat fan to say Desmond Ritter sucks. He
Yeah.
Ritter
All right,
got in at the
let
end.
me, let me ask you guys sitting at the bar this: Ohio State versus Oregon this week.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
We got Ohio State fans in the bar.
Any Buckeyes here?
OH.
I'm a UC
NO.
fan. I played football at UC, so I'm a UC Bearcat.
What,
Yeah.
what,
When did you play? When did you play?
I played linebacker.
I mean, when did you play?
2011 through 2015.
Okay, my
Okay.
cousin played as long snapper in mid 2000s.
Hey,
What was his name?
Patrick Farsing.
Okay.
So
my cousin played never,
Yeah.
but I
There
had
you go.
season tickets back then, though.
all right,
Jeff played with himself, so it's okay.
I did. I played left out a lot.
but on top of it, what is your
I
thoughts?
think
Oregon-
I'm rooting for Ohio State. Yeah.
I think put it this way:
I
if
think
Ohio
Ohio
State
State's gonna
loses,
get-
Ryan Day gets fired.
Yeah.
If he-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he,
I
if
want
he
him to
loses, he
stick
gets fired.
around just because it's going to piss off all the Bucknut fans.
Yeah.
I'm here for chaos.
Yeah.
I'm here for anarchy.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want my Bearcats to win, and that's outside of that. The
Yeah.
other 133 teams, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
As a former Bearcat, you can go after this. I'll keep you on. But as a former Bearcat, how do you feel about Sat?
I still think you need to give him more rope.
You gotta give him 3 years. What I keep saying.
Okay. The first two,
Yeah.
Going into year 3, I'm going to expect them to be over
Bowl
500 bowl eligible.
Gotta be a bowl game.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I
gotta
know.
be a bowl game.
I think you need to give them some rope to, get everything in order and so forth. But I tell you what, next year I think these guys are going to be really well. They got their quarterback coming back. Swarsby, he's a dog, and then Joe Royer, elder boy.
Yeah,
I can't believe Royer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He and Godfather coming
Yeah.
back. My only concern both years was Satterfield. It doesn't matter if your coach is Newt Rockney,
He loves their
Luke
defense.
Fickell, whoever.
He loves the defensive scheme.
Well, last year, 2023, it doesn't matter who your coach was. It was going to be a struggle. You had a coaching change. You lost guys. And
Yeah.
you're moving up to another. But it's same thing the last 2 years. Has the team improved throughout the season? Have there been adjustments?
Yeah.
And I have again this year 5-2. They beat
They
Arizona
with
State. Yeah, Arizona
one.
State was without the quarterback, so
Yeah.
there's a caveat there. But then they lose the last 5 weeks and just
One win to be
questionable.
bowl eligible, and they couldn't win one freaking
Yeah,
game.
and it's good coaches make adjustments. Good coaches pull out games that maybe you shouldn't win,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, well,
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I definitely think they improved from his first year to his second
Yeah.
year. I think they're still heading in somewhat the right direction.
Yeah.
Slower than some people might like.
Yeah.
But I think that next year they're going to turn a lot of heads, and I think it's going to be a good year. So I'm behind them. So
I'm behind him too.
The,
Dad.
the biggest and in NIL in transfer portal, I think high school recruiting is so much less important.
Yeah.
The highest recruit in the state of Ohio was like the 47th best recruit in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
46 other recruits. Again, Ohio State's going to pick whoever they want.
I know.
Notre
You're
Dame,
right.
Michigan's going to get their guys. Kentucky gets
Money.
their guys.
Yeah.
Kent State, Miami.
How much, Kevin? How much was your NIL?
Nothing. Yeah. I got we got a scholarship check, once a month, but that was
And no foodie.
Yeah. But
Pop-Tarts.
I wish NIL was better. I was they're a little too
You
soon, I
missed
guess.
it by that much.
Yeah.
How much do you wish you were about
Yeah.
10, 12 years younger?
Yeah, I know.
They've got the new facility opening up.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Indoor
Are you trying to depress the guy? The guy's coming here to train. God.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin,
Yeah,
thank you very much for
Thanks,
joining me.
guys.
Thanks, up.
Anybody else got any thoughts on Satterfield or Ohio
Anything, just
State?
thoughts in
Or
general.
any-
It doesn't even have to be sports.
Ohio State, Oregon.
got
Does
any
Ryan
thoughts?
Day get
Did you
fired
guys have a
next
good
week?
Christmas?
Guys, well, actually, that's a good one there. What was the craziest Christmas present anybody in the bar has ever gotten? Has anybody got just some
This
crazy?
is going to take a bad turn.
I know.
This is
I
gonna
always
take a
ask
bad
this question.
turn.
That's the more the better.
The craziest Christmas present anybody's ever gotten. Has anybody got anything? We got a microphone right here.
Bar, we have a question for the bar.
The
What's the craziest Christmas present you've gotten?
We've got microphone heading that way. Also,
Anybody?
happy holidays to everyone having a beverage.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers. Welcome to
Cheers.
Millions. Every Friday, you guys show up here. We'll bug the crap out of you while you're trying to drink and then enjoy yourself. We'll find out if anybody's got anything.
What was your best gift you got this year, Jeff?
The best gift I got
this
so far?
Just this.
Oh, the big giant ass beer glass I got.
That was pretty awesome.
Dude,
Neil?
it held five cans of beer. I'm
That's
not
a lot.
kidding. 5.
Does it get flat though? That's a concern.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
or
yeah,
are
that's
you
a good-
chugging
Well,
it? So
you just got to drink it fast enough.
okay. I'm just checking.
Hey, that's only one show's worth of beer. Come
True.
on now.
You got a question? We got a question. We got a question from the bar over there, producer. No, okay. But yeah, that was the best one I got
Okay.
this year. And there's a present apparently
But-
at the house waiting on me. Go ahead. What do you got, Neil?
I
They
would say
just
the
wanted to know
best,
who you guys were.
We're nobody.
We don't know.
We're nobody.
the best gift.
It's
I
called
got-
Sports with Strawberry Ice. It's a live YouTube show that we do every day.
You're
Monday through
speaking
Friday.
live.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
By the way,
back,
how's your
baby.
defense doing?
He's
Yes,
back.
he's
He's
back.
back.
I'll
I've
put it
been
this
waiting
way.
for you
Yeah, because
He
because
one
he
on
can
the
take
mic.
anybody off the street and beat him. They onside kick a ball to keep the defense.
I
off the
love
field.
it. I love that aggression. I love.
But
No, listen, I sure should hope so because whoever's coming out of the AFC, I'm gonna hate. It's probably gonna be the Chiefs. This might be the year the Ravens like actually come above.
It's
I
gonna be the
don't think
Bengals.
it's gonna be the Bills because the Bills. We thought that in 1991, 1992, or 1990, 91, 92, 93. Right, exactly. If it's not gonna happen, I mean, this is the year because the
So,
Chiefs aren't
Kevin,
that good. But
We know he is questionable. He's playing tomorrow. I don't. He's got an ankle. I don't think there's anything.
I got another question. It's gonna be 60 tomorrow. Is anyone gonna be playing on tees tomorrow? That's a good day to go golfing.
Hey, we have a golden tee here, which
Yeah.
it's still there that anybody can
yeah,
play
our
on.
guys
We still
playing
paid
some
for
golf
it.
earlier and just left the machine banned.
Is this going to be the warmest end of December game that the Bengals have played?
That's a good question.
This is
I
a
don't
pretty.
know
It's
if
gonna
we
be like
can
60
consider it-
degrees.
I could
Look it up.
probably look that up. But
I'm
we
sure
can-
you can.
Can we consider it warm though when it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow?
So I thought it was gonna be
It'll
dry.
cool you
tomorrow.
off.
It's supposed to be like 60 degrees at game time or 59.
It's supposed to be like 60, but it's looking like it's supposed to rain 60% tomorrow,
We're gonna run the ball a lot.
per the phone weather app at least.
Why did it pull up a
Who
thing about
got
the Reds?
feedback
That makes
there?
no sense.
What was that? So all right. So while Joe looks it up, Neil, what was your best gift you got this year?
The best gift, obviously, being a sports podcaster, doing some of the stuff that we're doing now. I upgraded a camera. I got a brand new microphone, so we're going to test that out later this week. Decided a nice upgrade, an
But
expensive
yet he didn't
upgrade.
bring it here to use.
Yeah,
That's
didn't
not
bring it
something
here.
to bring on location.
Didn't bring it here. But it's still in the box. I haven't opened it yet.
Ah.
So,
So Tony says black licorice. I am not a black licorice guy.
I like black liquor.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't. Is that? Is
I
that
love-
no wonder why we can't trust y'all.
I love the
I
cherry
didn't know that's
or
a
red.
Christmas thing, but like good bunnies. Oh, dude, I love that shit.
Yeah?
Absolutely love black licorice.
All right, so what was the best gift you?
For them right now, I got some olive green Jordan 1 low tops.
Joe got that drip.
He's, try-
I'm still waiting for my Jordan 4s, but I'll take my Jordan.
he's
I'll
trying to
take my
catch up to
Jordan
me and Jordan's.
And Jeff is still waiting for the Black Cats uniform.
Yes.
1s.
Yes.
My wife was looking like she and my son were looking to try to find me some Jordan 4s and couldn't find them for less than $400. They don't love me that much.
I got a website that I could send you.
They've what yeah. Just let me know. they have you seen Jordan Spizikes?
No,
haven't
what are
seen-
those?
Okay, so it's brand, but it's like a weird mismatch of the first 4 Jordan brands. Like
Really?
it's on like Nike's website. So
Huh.
you had the weird like
Well,
weird
it's like half and
triangle
half?
looking,
or
like
it's all
the
mixed
weird-
together.
What's that?
Is it like half and half, or is it all like
Just
mixed
parts
together?
of elements of each. Like you know how they've got the weird like triangle trapezoid thing
Yeah,
near the top.
yeah, yeah.
They've that from the 4s, the concrete or the what is it, the
Oh, he's
elephant,
got the mic, baby.
like the elephant print shit that's
Really?
on.
Mike.
on podcasts. They've got those. They're kind of cool. I gotta look at this.
Which is more
Where
drunk?
did you come from?
Which is more drunk? Scotty Scheffler's Christmas glass hand injury or
Oh, yeah, that's
Dustin
crazy.
Johnson's Masters back injury?
The hand injury is crazy. Like,
What was it again?
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
He
I-
popped like a
Wait,
glass.
no, what was
or
his
something.
question? What did he say?
Which injury?
Which
was-
is more drunk?
Oh God.
I don't know.
Jeff Kent popping wheelies and saying that he injured his hand washing his truck. You remember
Well,
that? Like
well,
25
Jeff
years
Kent-
ago?
No, Scotty
Jeff Kent?
Scheffler
Yeah.
yesterday.
What was the original story when Dustin Johnson his back issues the day before the Masters started, and we later
don't
found
remember.
out he fell down a flight of stairs?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
and then
that's what
Scotty Scheffler cracking a bottle of like wine or something
Wow.
yesterday.
He did his hand looking best.
They said he like glass punctured his hand. He had to get surgery, and he's out now for like a month and
So,
a half.
so what was the dumbest thing you ever hurt yourself doing drunk? Trust me, I'll tell you what mine is.
Oh, that's a great question.
Sneezing.
You were
No.
drunk and you hurt yourself sneezing.
Oh no, drunk. Oh no,
Drunk.
I haven't had. I thought you meant just like
No,
weirdest
for
injury.
fans
No.
watching this who do recognize me, there was one time early in my
you
college
recognize
days,
me. Neil's the local drunk around the city.
Hang
there was
on,
one
hang-
day early in my college days before I started.
Back,
you
you
know,
know,
it's
Nobody
early-
recognized you, Neil. You're
Yeah.
not here anymore.
I was trying to jump a street sign downtown, and I ended
You
up.
know those street signs are taller than you are, right?
It was one of those ones outside a parking garage.
Oh, okay, the little
I
one.
thought I was athletic enough to jump it. Indeed, was not. The only thing athletic about it was I ended up face first, scorpion style.
That's
Joe, you
impressive.
got one, or you want me to go first?
I've never really injured myself drunk. I've walked into a parked car drunk.
I feel like everyone's done that though.
Yeah, like we're it
feel
was.
like
I haven't.
Well, and it was.
Have I?
Have you ever been to OU Athens?
yeah.
And,
That's a good time.
there's a lot of hills and everything. And gravity was taking me down this way, and I
could stop.
was
He
yeah,
couldn't.
pretty much. And I didn't hurt myself. I mean, I was a lot more
Well,
resilient.
I
I
hurt
was like
myself.
21 or
So,
22.
Did you
but-
hit the chin or did you hit the nose?
I think I bumped into like the back bumper and everything, and just kind of hit it with my hip and just knocked on my ass. Like again,
Damn.
nothing like it's not like I had any injuries
All
or
right,
anything.
so
It was just
it was
funny.
my 30th birthday party, and one of my friend's father.
Oh, hang on. Somebody spamming us wants us to support him. We would love to support you.
I would not.
Like a jock support.
Are you
What
an
do you-
athlete? We could be an athletic supporter.
There you go. So for me, I said one of my dad's friends brought me a bottle of Yeg, not a handle, a bottle of Yeg.
Ah.
I love
yeah,
Yeg.
that's a bad time.
I drank the whole thing.
That's a bad time.
Nothing
Yes,
but bad
every
times.
time somebody showed up, hey, let's do a shot. So one of my friends showed up, and we're in the garage. It's actually it might have been New Year's Eve because it was cold. I don't think it was my 30th. It was cold with my New Year's. No, it was my birthday party. Anyway,
Blood
was April.
bad user.
so he walks up. I'm like, hey, what's up? I give him a hug. I hug him, and all of a sudden I just lose my balance. And also he turns around, and I grab his head, and I basically bulldog
You
him into
bulldogged him?
into the table. I'm like, dude, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, and I get up, I'm like, oh my God, my back hurts. And my back hurt for, I don't know, a month after that. That was
Dang.
the
I think that's
dumbest
the
one.
first time we have ever blocked somebody in a live stream.
Yeah, we're getting spammed by Facebook. So
Yeah,
sorry,
so,
my in-car Kumar, you are blocked.
Yes. We are not giving you a supporter jockstrap.
I,
At
yeah.
all.
Maybe they need a bra. Maybe they
May-
need
yeah, maybe.
support for the.
Hey,
for the
it
girls
is
as
the
well.
21st century. You never know what you need support on.
I'm not sure if that's if that's masculine or feminine. Name.
I think that is the cue to end this show.
Oh
Most
no, we
likely.
got plenty of time.
Yeah, actually, it's 7:58. We're supposed to get the heck out of here. All right, guys. We did talk about Ohio
We did.
State.
We did mention.
We
You
did
got the
mention Ohio
mic. What's
State.
your thoughts on Ohio State, Oregon coming up on New Year's Day?
Is Ohio State
Do you
winning?
even care?
Does
I'm rooting for Oregon.
does
I'm rooting.
Will Howard
I'm
let
rooting
the
for
clock run out
chaos,
this
but I
time?
prefer Oregon if one has to win.
Oregon by 30 would be fun.
It would. That would be fun.
It-
Ryan Day
wha-
doesn't make it back to the flight.
Columbus would burn. The couches would be on fire. The
I want
Olentangy
to
would
see
be.
Ryan Day cry. I don't know how he didn't cry after the Michigan game. His job was over then, right? Why he's not fired?
He's
yet.
got to win.
I-
He's got to make it to the national
See, I-
championship.
I
to
I
not
want
get
him to
fired.
win, so he stays. That's the only thing. I want to win, so he stays around and
See,
tortures.
I thought-
because he's not going to win at all.
You know what's even funnier is if Ohio State wins the national championship and Ryan Day signs a 10-year contract.
That's probably what's going to happen.
I think they'll lose.
Looks like
I think they will win. I don't want them to. I think they will win, but it'll keep him around, and he's going to be John Cooper. Can't beat Michigan.
I
And,
said,
and
I
he's
said
going to
that.
get him in.
That's what I compared him to.
Oregon is favored in this, or Ohio State's favored in this game. But is it possible that Oregon's just really good?
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Maybe they just win by.
You died.
You died.
The mic
What happened to you?
Dylan Gabriel's been playing college
Your
football
mic
since the days of Charlie Ward. I mean,
Or not.
producer,
alive.
baby. But
I don't know. Oh, it's on.
But Dylan Gabriel has been playing college football since I started college. Think about that. Think about that.
Sauce Gardner did a pick six in his freshman year, and this is his fourth year in the NFL, third year in the NFL.
All right. Well, one quick question here before we get out of here. So, do we have it? First of all, do we have any Ohio State fans in the bar at all?
Do we have Ohio State fans in the bar?
I-O.
No.
Hey guys. All right. So apparently we lost Wi-Fi connection here. I'm on my phone. So we're going to end the show, but make sure you guys shout out my sponsors, Priority Lawn and Landscaping, Meyer Windows and Doors. Who else I got on here? Midwest Best Barbecue, Hail Marys, Moron Lager House. Check all those. And of course, Millions. We'll be back here better than ever next Friday. Other than that, that's sports, baby. See ya.
Weekday nights, the city rolls.